I just remember when I got the phone call from my mom and she was just telling me what happened, like my heart stopped. It really did. And it was just like a blow to my spirit, to my very being. Hey! What's up, good people, and welcome back to Low Unfiltered. Now, I've got a very serious conversation to have with you guys today. I know you realize I haven't put out a lot of videos in the past couple weeks. I've had a lot going on, and it's mainly been dealing with my family. So, of course, you know, family comes first. Everything else can wait. It really can. I had some things going on with my little one, some things going on with her skin. We were able to go to the hospital, get that rectified. I myself had a very small cosmetic procedure. I'm gonna show a video about that, but it wasn't nothing serious, and it wasn't like me getting a nose job or something. But I've been taking care of myself, my daughter, and trying to work and everything during this whole coronavirus crisis. And in the midst of all of this happening, something very serious happened. My father, my rock, was involved in a horrible car accident.
Oh, hell no!
For most of the people that know me, they know that I'm a daddy's girl. I'm sure you've seen my father in one or two of my videos. I always mention him and my mother, but I am a big daddy's girl. My dad does everything for me. So to know that he had been hurt and just injured in any kind of way, I didn't know the severity of his injuries at the time when I heard it. So just to know something had happened to him, and then I was sent the pictures of my father's car and I saw how bad the car was hit. Y'all, like it really just tore me up. It really did. And I was not okay until I saw my father that night at the hospital. The fact that he was cohesive and talking, and the only major thing that we could see, you know, of course, internally you got to have scans and go through the process. But the only major thing that we could see was that his eye was busted and he was scraped up and bruised a little bit. Now, when you see the car and you hear the story of what happened, you will understand why, one, this was such a huge wake-up call for me, and two, why our lives shouldn't be taken so lightly. Like, life is precious. It really is. So I just want to kind of share with you guys the story of what happened to my father.
And here we go.
So my dad was out probably around 6-7 o'clock in the afternoon trying to get some food for my mother's daycare, because, you know, with the pandemic and everything going on, stores are kind of crazy right now. It's hard to find stuff. So he got off work, went to the store, had been to a couple stores, and so he hopped on the highway trying to head back home. And when he got on the highway, he said he was driving, and this car, he just remembered hearing boom. This car just hit him from behind, and when it hit him, he began to spin. And he said that he saw this big gas tank, you know, truck carrying fuel next to him. And so what he was trying to do was turn the steering wheel so that he didn't go up under there, because he was just thinking, Lord, don't let me get caught up under this big truck full of fuel. So he tried to turn the wheel, and when he turned the wheel, he went off of the highway onto the embankment. And when he did that, it caused the car to kind of go airborne and flip over, and the car just started flipping down the highway. It was probably flipping about 3 or 4 times, and he said the whole time it was flipping, he was just like, when is this gonna stop, Lord? When is this gonna stop? And he said it was truly terrifying. And so as it's flipping, it finally came to a stop upside down. So yes, the roof was on the highway, wheels were up. And he said when it stopped, he just saw traffic through the window, so he knew he had flipped onto the highway and was stuck in the highway. So the ceiling had crushed to where, like, the window was probably about this small. And when the car finally stopped, he said he hit a seatbelt. Thank God for seatbelts. I would never complain about a seatbelt ever again in my life, seriously. But he hit a seatbelt, dropped down on his head, and he flipped over and proceeded to kind of like army crawl out of the window onto the highway. And so once he finally got out of the car, someone came up and helped him and, was just trying to talk to him, make sure he was okay and everything. And of course he said, he was a little bit dizzy, but the fact that he was able to crawl out and walk away with, just a busted eye and some scrapes is an absolute miracle. And to the asshole that hit him, I have no words.
Y'all are going to jail! Period!
Basically, the guy was doing 90. When the people came out to observe the crash site, they concluded he was doing about 90 when he hit my dad. He actually fled the scene. So he hit my dad, parked his car, got out the car, didn't even try to run away or anything. He literally, the people that saw him said he walked away. So then my question comes, what kind of person will hit someone, see them flipping down the highway, and simply just get out of their car and walk away? Like, is there any humanity in this person? You have to be the lowest of the low to do something like that. Like, had my father not had on his seatbelt, he probably wouldn't be here right now. And the fact that someone was able to just casually smack him, park the car, and walk away pissed me off, okay? Pissed me off. When I got the phone call, my mom had made it to the scene and she was on the way to the hospital. Of course, we notified my family, my brother who lives in Charlotte. I called him immediately and we all made it to the hospital. We were able to see him. He was talking and just, thankful for life, thankful that he had a seatbelt on, thankful that my daughter wasn't in the car with him, my grandmother wasn't, because they frequently ride with him after work and things like that. So we were just really thankful that he was okay, he was safe, and that no one else was injured. It's crazy, he actually is 2 weeks away from retirement. So very excited about retiring, and then for this to happen, he's out of work. He doesn't even get to say goodbye to his customers for 30 years now, his co-workers, things like that. So he was kind of bummed out about that, but he was just like, it gives you a new appreciation for life. At any moment, all of this could be taken away from us, and it is not even in your hands. Someone else could have taken his life. And he was just really thankful and just in good spirits, laying there in the hospital in pain, can't even see out of his right eye. But just, that's all he just kept saying. I'm just so thankful for my life. Like, I'm not gonna waste another day of my life. And we sat there and we just talked about things and, tried to laugh here and there throughout the whole situation. But in all honesty, it shook my entire family up. It really did. We love my father. My father is very passionate and very loving, and he will do the world for anyone. So for something like this to happen to one of the most important figures in my family, it just really shook everybody up. It did. So quite naturally, I took a couple days off from work. Me and my brother both did. And the next day we went to the tow lot to see the car. We had to get his stuff out the car, and y'all, when we looked at it, when we just saw how bad it was, because upside down it doesn't quite look as crazy as it would once you see how it's supposed to look. And so when we saw that car, me and my brother, we just started crying. We really did, because he shouldn't have been alive. He shouldn't have. I don't, thank God for seatbelts. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Like, I don't know how he survived that with just a busted eye, a little bit of other stuff going on with his body. And the car that hit him was actually parked next to it. And we looked at that car, and other than like the front being smashed, like the inside was completely fine. And you looked at the inside of my father's car, it was just mangled, just mayhem all over the place. Glass broken, there was a sunroof completely broken. And you just think about the fact that he was inside of that can. That's what it looks like, a smashed can. That he was in that the only thing protecting him really was just glass and a seatbelt. Like, that's all that was protecting him. Everything else was just coming in on him. I mean, glass wasn't even protecting him, it was shattered. But just to know how bad the accident was and to see it in real time, it just really took our breath away. And I did everything I could to get the claim going and make sure my father got doctor's appointments and make sure he got checked out and cleared, or, you know, he's still going through treatment right now. But I stopped my life to make sure that he was taken care of and that everything was falling into place to make sure that this person was brought to justice, because this was horrible, just absolutely horrible. And I'm glad that everything that we did following, you know, we were following procedures, and everything that we did, it really helped kind of take the emotional burden that was on us off, because he's better, he's doing a lot better. We're coming to a better consensus as a family to what is important for us. And, you know, sometimes in life we kind of struggle with the everyday blase blah, the BS and everything, but when things like this happen, it really puts life into perspective for you. So I'm glad that we've had this time to talk and kind of really sit and meditate on what's happened, what we're going to do moving forward, and just really taking this as a learning experience that you have to seize every day like it's your last. You really do. If there's something that you want to do, if there's somebody that you love, if there is a job that you hate, why be there? You know, follow your dreams and things like that. Like, that's just, after all this has happened, that's all we've been talking about is our family, spending more time with our family, spending more time doing the things we love with the people we love, passion. My grandfather passed like 5 years ago, and his passing kind of shook up the family as well. But with this, we kind of like lost sight of those things that we started realizing back when that happened. And it's sad that it takes a tragedy to kind of put everything in perspective for your life, but it is definitely a wake-up call. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that my father is okay. I'm thankful that he's still here, because I don't know where I would be without him. I honestly don't. And I know everyone in my family feels the same way. So thank you, God, for covering him and protecting him through all of that insanity. So it's one thing you got to say after all this done happened to you.
Woo. Don't take life for granted, because I was 2 weeks away from retiring. And you just assume, you know, you're gonna make it, but in a blink of an eye, I could have been gone. So it really makes me appreciate life. And you can't put a dollar amount on life. So enjoy it while you can.
Amen! So, on a lighter note, now that I've had time to decompress and just put everything back into perspective and make sure that my family is fine and everything, I'm back making videos. Of course, the podcast is gonna keep rolling and everything as well, but I was actually in the process of working on 3 videos as all of this was happening, so I'm happy to get back to that. Still at work. I have not been quarantined like most of America. I'm sure it's coming.
Coronavirus!
I'm sure it's coming, but North Carolina hasn't been hit that bad yet, so I'm excited to get back to work. I am, and to keep bringing this heat to you guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You know the routine. My handles on everything is @LoveTalk. That's @LOLOVETALK. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so every time I drop this new heat, it will come right to you. And leave a comment. You know, I love chopping it up with you guys in the comments. So leave a comment, some things you want to see, anything you want to talk about, comments, concerns, all that fun stuff, drop it below. I am so thankful for you guys. I love you guys. And again, from this video, just remember, life is precious. Life is short. Seize the day. Carpe diem, like it's your last. It's been real, you guys.